I want all of you to take a good look at these people on the risers behind me. These people have been here up to 5 years and done absolutely nothing. These people are incorrigible. And since none of them could graduate anyway, you are all expurgated. You are dismissed. You are out of here forever. I wish you well.
Don't just allow anybody into your camp. Don't just allow anybody into your camp. New guys coming up, you know, they automatically come up and think that brothers are supposed to automatically receive them, you know? And it's like, first off, you have to come up in a humble spirit, man, you know? If you're not humble, you know, brothers ain't going, chances of you coming in ain't likely, man, you know? You can't be on the side, you know, cussing out Edomites. You have to understand what this truth is really about. So when it was hot, you know, brothers took it. You know, it was hot as shit, but the guy who came out, he wanted to try to join the camp. You know, this guy, he took a seat in the shade, you know, sat down, and it was like, you're not ready. You can't possibly be ready for this thing, man. But brothers ain't going to just throw you a garment and just, you know, invite you over to the crib. You know, we start breaking bread with you on a personal level at the crib. You know, you get brothers' phone numbers. That's not going to happen, man. And we can't allow niggas to come into our camp because niggas like to try to set up discourse, or they not using wisdom. You know, they're not really down for this truth. And we can't allow niggas to come into our camp. Niggas to come into our camp. The camp, that's the church of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Niggas to come into our camp. Niggas to come into our camp. Niggas to come into our camp.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Okay, and Shalom also to the hopefully elect, laboring in sincerity. And I want to touch on a video, and this is where the spirit is going right now at this point. A response, let me say that, to the other brother in my camp, Taza Warrior. He did a video a few months back. Don't just let anyone in the camp. And I wanted to do a response for that before, but so many other things came up. But as we see, the Lord has it where it's time to do the response. Okay. This is not America's Got Talent. Okay. and you know, a lot of Jake got the feminine vibration like women. The camera's rolling, and this is what they see. Okay. They get locked into that camera, and they look at it as some form of social event. Okay. I'm talking about a social event of the world, not of the truth. A lot of these guys don't really even believe in the truth. They're just up here because it's like a boys club. Okay. Esau done cut out all kinds of recreations in the neighborhoods, so Jake has missed out on it, so he's capitalizing and found a niche to try to come into the truth by looking at these the men of the Lord prophesizing on the highways and hedges, something to be a part of. Okay. You have to watch out for weirdos, and I'll get into that in a second, because even in our camp here in Baltimore, man, and I know in other brothers' camps and cities too, but you have to have the weirdest of the weirdos here, man. I'm telling you, man, this place has got to be destroyed. But these weirdos are stumbling blocks and are tune-ups, okay? And you're supposed to learn from it. And again, this is not addressing any brothers, camps or whatever, but if it helps, it helps. I'm sure brothers already understand how this thing goes, especially heads and elders of camps. Okay, this is Philippians 3:2. It says, beware of dogs. Okay, these people are shameless, man, like dogs. Beware of evil workers. Salakia, beware of dogs, beware of evil workers, beware of the concision. Okay, so when you go into the word concision, it really means to cut up, or basically like to mutilate. Con meaning with, and scission means to cut. That's where I believe you get the word scissors from. Guys are just waiting on the outskirts to wait to come in to cut up the doctrine, man. Jake, who has missed something in their family, their household, maybe their mother, they missed a little much or not enough. Who knows? Maybe there's drug addiction involved, which we've witnessed in the camp as well. Okay, there are tons of weirdos, and in order to come into a camp, you must prove yourself. And honestly, it's up to the camp, seniority, to say whether it's okay or not. Really, it's up to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, if you're praying enough, to say whether it's okay or not to come into the fold. Okay, and obviously, if someone's really sincere about getting into the fold, they will wait until their time to come in. When somebody continuously wants that garment, you got to be careful of what this guy's into, man. We've had agents. We've had guys that we could clearly look at and see that they were so clean cut. I'm not talking about just the hair lined up. They had their goddamn nails lined up. Okay? And super clean. I've asked the guy, are you in law enforcement? Or something of that nature. Were you in the military, law enforcement? He claims, yeah, I used to be a police. You know what I mean? But he was reluctant to speak on that before until I brought it out. So sometimes, brothers have to communicate. Even with guys outside standing, that's looking on the fold to come in, they must be tried and tested too. Questions must be asked. Okay, it's getting to the point that, and it should have been to the point, I believe it's to the point anyway, that you have to endure to come in. The scripture says, he who endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Well, first you got to endure to even come in before you can endure to get to the end. This thing goes on levels, man. Okay? This is Jude, and this is just a quick response. Okay? The brother pretty much brought all the scriptures, broke it down correctly, and I just always have to add my 2 cents or whatever you want to call to it, okay? I mean, these are weirdos, man. Weirdos that may have just got out of some form of institution. I mean, who knows where these people come from? And as basically, as I did the video yesterday, there was a guy who came up and we didn't know anything about him, but it was, I asked him questions. I need to know about this guy. You're not just going to come up. Now, you coming up with your pen and pad and you want to listen, that's your prerogative, that's what you do. But if you're looking to get into the fold, be prepared to get scrutinized, okay? To have questions asked, okay? I mean, that's how it's getting. You had Jake come up, laying down with getting the 2 for $3 Gatorade, laying on the side, flopping in the grass like we at Memorial Park or some shit, man. He couldn't stand out in the sun and endure with us doing the work because where we were at was pretty hot. And he went and got his 2 Gatorades, came over to under the tree, flopped down under the tree, and drank his water, drank his Gatorade, man. Which, in that kind of heat, you shouldn't be drinking Gatorade any damn way, man. Okay? I don't know, that's another video. You need your electrolytes, some pink Himalayan salt or whatever the case, lemon juice, but mainly good water, with the electrolytes in it. But this, what this guy was doing, and of course you can't say no, you can't listen or whatever. And if he wants to flop down under a tree with some sandals on and a Kangol hat on his head and some gazelle glasses, he could do that. But in order for the cross over to the next phase, just like any academy, you got to prove yourself, man. And honestly, I heard that's kind of little stories of how it happened up in the main camp. You just don't come in to the camp. And I know guys want the fruit, but not all fruit is good fruit, man. And as the term saying, one bad apple spoils the bunch. This is 2 Peter 2:1. But there were false prophets among the people, even as there shall be false teachers amongst you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies. Now, how do they bring in damnable heresies? It's because these false teachers had to cross over from a line to get into your camp in order to bring in these damnable heresies, man. If they never was crossed over to get into your camp, they could never bring in these damnable heresies. Now, to a degree, you can't stop it all the time, because there's going to be some people who come in who seem very sincere, laying it out straight, but you can almost see when the weakening begins and the doctrines come. A lot of guys, look, man, and I'll just put it on the table, and this can happen to all camps. I'll say that. This is Great Millstone is not the only one this has happened to. You can believe that. This has happened to all camps, man. Let's put it on the table. But Great Millstone seems to be popular because they're the ones people want to run to, and they're the ones that people want to talk about. Okay? Now, there's other camps that people run to as well, but we've seen cases in the IUIC where guys came in and they took in what they learned as to be an Israelite and then went right back to the Christian church. I mean, guys are going to get on GMS or Great Millstone because we're the most hated, obviously, because of this behavior, but we just seen the same thing happen to IUIC, but I don't see many videos going up about a guy leaving IUIC. I don't know, that's just another video in itself as well. But there's guys who've left ISUBK. Okay, there's guys who've left GOCC. There's guys who've left HODC. You can't tell me all those guys that came in 20 years ago are there today. Well, half of the leaders didn't stay when they first came in the truth. Okay? But there's no videos on that. But the videos, and I'll say with Apostle Tahar and, starting with Apostle Tahar and the other apostles, and some of the elders that stayed, there's no videos on them staying. You see how that goes? But that's how it's supposed to go. Anyway, the more the video is, you just can't really let anyone into your camp, man. You might have a molester in your camp. You just never know. He might be a homo of relapsing homo. He might play the part, look tough, and he might be a relapser. Okay? He might be an adulterer, praying to get over your house to do a video or a live stream, praying to try to lay up with your woman if he can, or to take her. I mean, we've seen this happen on occasions with guys as well. Okay, verse 2. This is 2 Peter 2:2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways. Okay? Many shall follow their pernicious ways. And that word, I believe, is going into destroying and utter destruction. Okay? You got guys that's going to follow their destructive ways, man. They never sincerely came into the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, they never ever actually came in because they wanted to be into the truth. Okay? What they wanted to do was, some of them are agents actually. Some of them are set up. Now this other guy that did leave the truth, who was never in the truth, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you leave something that you never was in. But anyway, in that video, and I go into details and listening, in that video he said he want all of Israel to know him. So that should tell you something right there. And I left that out of the video, but I'll say it in this one. This guy said he wanted all Israel to know him. And I don't give a goddamn if all Israel know me or not. That's not what I'm in this thing for. You are in here to do a reasonable service. Okay? It said, the scriptures say that. You have a reasonable service, a reasonable duty to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Okay? And in some cases, it's not always reasonable. You know, but to the Lord, everything is reasonable. He does it the way he does it. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah does it. This is not our show. This is only about waking up the elect. This is only about bringing in the fruit. And we understand that bringing in the fruit, you got to, when you cast the net to bring in a bunch of fish, we understand some going to come in the fold, and you got to take those fish and throw them out. But sometimes, when you see that dirty fish floating around your net, you got to shoo that fish away. Don't let them get on your net. Don't let them destroy the rest of the fish. Don't let no piranha into the group of your fish so that piranha could eat up all your goddamn fish. Okay? Don't let no spoiled cancerous fish get into your fish and mess up your food. Don't let that mold get into your food and destroy your fruit, man. Okay? Or your basically your peace, so to speak. Don't let no fruit get in, no bad fish get in there and destroy the flock. Okay? Hey, look, man, that's why Jake is, you know, the Israelites is considered sheep. Okay? Delicate. Okay? Or innocent fish to a degree, man. Because you got piranhas and bad fish that'll chew them. You got wolves that'll chew and eat up your goddamn sheep. Okay? So you got to be careful of that, man. Okay, anyway, let's go to 2 Peter. Let's go and jump on down to verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. So it don't matter, you know, I mean, sometimes you know a guy is wicked, but if you can catch the wickedness before he can get in, that would be the time to not let him in. That would be the time to tell him to keep it moving. And if he proves himself to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, then, and he's continuing, then maybe he will come to the fold. But a lot of times it's not that way. And sometimes it takes more than one, you know, obviously it takes more than one brother to kind of read the spirit and understand if this good fruit or this is bad fruit. And for you niggas that's even in GMS, that's doing the same thing that these other niggas are doing, just trying to supplant and just making an excuse, then this scripture applies to you. The unjust unto the day of judgment will be punished. You will be punished, man, at the end of the day. And then it's not about my word and my saying, okay? At the end of the day, it's about what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah say. You claim that you love the Lord. You claim you love the brotherhood. You claimed all of that, man. Instead of just leaving and going and doing your thing, and you could have just jumped into another camp if that's your bag. But you're haters of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, man. That's all I have on that, man. I want to say shalom.